Hey everybody, here we are back with another exotic car hacks video, and today we are having a great conversation about your wife. That's right. Wait, that didn't come out right. Well, we're talking about her. We're just not going to talk about what she did in her younger years. Anyways, what we are going to talk about is we're going to talk about the 5 cars that you should be buying your wife if you love her, or maybe not so much. You know who you are out there, still stuck with your woman when you don't love her, so you get her in a Porsche Boxster. We talked about this last time. You already know what happens when you buy your wife a Porsche Boxster. That's the wife you have out the door. It's not the wife you want there that you bought a 911 for. And whoever you are out there, you already know what that is. But we're going to talk about the 5 best cars you should be buying your girlfriend, your wife, or whoever you're pounding that you want to be hack cars. So if you know nothing about car hacking, it is the art of being able to buy a car without losing any money, drive it for a whole year or two, and then get out of it without, again, losing any money. It's a pretty simple concept on the surface, but there's a lot of intricate details on how to do it. And if you haven't figured out how to do it, well, there's 2 things you can do right now. You can click the description right here and take a free training if you're poor and want to learn the free way, or you can join our community of car hackers to learn how to do this appropriately all the way to the end with step-by-step instructions on how to do it, so you never have to lose money on a car again. But all joking aside, let's get into the top 5 cars you should be buying your wife if you want her to hack a car or want her to give you permission, especially if you're not wearing the pants in the family, on which cars you could be hacking. So the first car I think has been just an incredible car to give someone you cherishly love is the G63, except you don't want to give them a brand new G-Wagon because the risk factor of a new G-Wagon is quite high. However, the 2013 to the 2018 G-Wagons are incredible cars for a few reasons. The first one being that the cars themselves are basically like tanks. So if your wife is blind or she tends to hit curbs, it's going to be one of those cars that's very easy to not have a lot of damage on, and more importantly, very easy to just navigate regardless of what's happening with rain, snow, or just beautiful weather. And if she go into the car wash, like most people don't actually care for their cars properly, they take them to the car wash, it's going to help you because it's basically a tank. So long story short, if your wife is blind or can't drive worth shit, you get her a G-Wagon like the old one so she doesn't hit things. Your insurance is going to be low. And while it drives like a Jeep, well, you know, it's a little rough jumping up and down. Well, you know where that goes. But anyways, so that's the first car. The second car that I recommend for those of you that have 14 kids or somehow, you know, should have never had 1 kid to begin with, but then engaged in having 13 more. Why are you guys laughing in the background? Why are you guys always fucking laughing? But anyways, so it always happens in this videos. Like, we always talk about this. Apparently what I say is like outrageous. I don't think it's outrageous. Someone shouldn't have 14 fucking kids. There's no reason you're fucking that much. If you're fucking that much, just rubber it up. Like, you can't, you got to be like, at this point, like, you got to be a billionaire to like have 14 kids and realistically manage 14 people in your household, you know? Most people don't live in a house with like 13 bedrooms. I mean, think about that. It doesn't make sense. But anyways, back to this. So the Defender can easily sit 7 with the 3rd row seats and is a pretty good, again, tank. So if your wife has a lot of children and you have children, or she has 8 marriages before and you need a lot of space, then that is a car that basically is the equivalent of the G-Wagon, except a lot of plastic everywhere. So kids can't really damage the inside, and yet does surprisingly well on resale, just like the G-Wagon. Both of these cars are tanks on the outside, incredible resale value, and are basically prone to mistakes, because in the exotic car game, any type of mistake could cost you a lot if you hit something or have an issue with the car or even get an accident. But these particular cars are basically bulletproof in that regards. The third car, for those of you that have a more refined kind of significant other, or someone that wants the space or wants the accommodations, but also has a thrill for speed or driving or might enjoy driving with you, then the RS6 wagon is really one of the better cars out there. It's been significantly strong for Audi. It came in the low hundreds. It's going to cost you a little bit more, just about the, you know, 20, 30K more than a G-Wagon and about 50, 60K more than the Defender, but it's been holding its value incredibly well as well, and I don't think it's going anywhere. So if you get an RS6, the right dollar, you're going to do just fine. We're talking about the brand new one. This is part of a new hack strategy that's also available in the same course. So if you haven't joined us yet, make sure you click the link and actually buy the course and get in. You'll do really well with that. But the RS6 is really for that more refined driving experience, added with the convenience of having the kids, and of course a lot of tech. The third car, for those of you that have no kids and really want a car because you personally have a nice car, want to give your wife a car, but you're kind of worried she might get speeding tickets, she might not pay attention, and the liability is just too much to give her a Ferrari. Well, the next car is the BMW i8. While I called every guy on the planet or drivers one a giant pussy because they can't afford the actual doors that go up, we talked about this. If you can't afford real doors, then earn the doors. This was the last thing. Earn the doors. It's not meant to be taken for cheap. And many of you want that. You want to get your success like today. Just wait. It'll get there. Just got to be consistent. But earn the doors. But for the woman that has either a sugar daddy or isn't earning the doors, it makes sense to give her the doors early. And you can give her the doors early with a BMW i8 and it'll make you look like a hero because it's basically a $140K car you can buy for $60K. You can get away with $700 a month and you can turn around and be like, honey, I really love you. You just think I bought you a $150K car. You'll just never know the truth. And it'll do really well in the $60K range and it won't really lose any money. So if you have a sugar baby somewhere you need to donate a car to, that is the ideal car to donate to make them feel young and keep going. While you at home, you know who you are. You bought that Porsche Boxster for that wife and you gave the i8 to your girlfriend. So don't pretend you don't know. Anyways, so the last car we're looking at is for those of you that really love your wife and want her to enjoy, you know, like it's kind of fucked up. I'm like, well, you really love your wife. It's like these people are like, what an asshole. I love my wife. But anyways, so back to this. The final car for those of you that are dignified, have a Ferrari or Lamborghini, and want your wife to participate in car hacking without having an excuse because you trust her, you love her, and you really believe she can drive, then you buy her a Ferrari California. While every guy that drives one, once again, might be questionable, you know, might be going both ways, the women that drive them do quite well. It's a convertible, it's a hardtop, it's a pretty bulletproof engine, and it doesn't really drive in a way that makes it difficult to drive where they could get in an accident, and also the clearance is also significantly higher than most Ferraris, so if you're going up and down curbs or things like that, you're not going to have as much of an issue in steep inclines that you have with a 458 or something else like that. So a really great starter Ferrari for your significant other that you truly love because you didn't buy her a Porsche Boxster. So there you have it, the top 5 cars you should be buying your wife. And remember, not only you should be buying them, but you should be buying them right so you obviously don't lose money. And while you may love her more or less than a Boxster, in these particular situations, you are not going to lose money if you buy the cars right using the same principles found in the course. So again, if you don't understand how that works, click the link, join us, and of course become a member so you can actually learn how to do this, not just actually believe that we just buy cars low and sell them high. This isn't how this works. But again, if you don't have the money to join us, then simply click the link and learn at least for free so you have the baseline for how you should proceed. But these are 5 cars you should check out, and of course turn on notifications, like the video, and let me know your comment. What is the best car for a woman that is starting up that is an incredible hack that people should be looking at? If you have a better one, maybe I'll do a video on it. So click like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video of Exotic Car Hacks.